What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at probably the final goalkeeper tier list of FIFA 23. We have pretty much now, I'd imagine, got every goalkeeper we're going to get, bar from maybe an Unana kind of transferred card. It's likely to happen in the preseason if we do get these 99 Bellingham, Unana, Rice, Gravadal. We're going to get quite a few, so I'm imagining we might get one more, but really, it's not going to change a thing. This is kind of the final list now. We've got some ones that, to be honest, are probably in the bin and really not kind of relevant as much. I'm personally looking at Dudek, if anything. 89 rated. He's never been my top keeper. Good in draft, but not necessarily in your actual team. But we have got some absolutely scorchers now. Savin, beautiful, or I believe they've tried to go with Savin, I want to say is what they're kind of going for, because we had Danger, Ant-Man, and another one that I can't remember. But I'm assuming Toby Savin, being a goalkeeper, might be the joke there. Again, it's gone over my head if that is not right. But in terms of some of the keepers that we've got, personally me, I always like Van der Sar, number one. Hands down. He has been my favourite keeper so far, from his prime, his mid, all the way up to now the Team of the Year, which is personally been my goalie since Team of the Year icons, which is an incredible amount of time for a goalkeeper to be in there. But we have got some absolutely brilliant keepers from Team of the Season, as well as a nice 97 footies, the highest goalkeeper on the game. If we're looking at the other icons, personally for me, Czech has always been terrible. Bar from being a striker, it seems. I've just never been a fan of him in net. He's just never done it for me. Same with Schmeichel. I feel like for him, was always okay at the start with his base and mid. That now is going to be going next year, so it will be interesting to see where these keepers go. But in terms of this FIFA with the base and mid, start-wise, very good. Once we get into the prime, we've already got keepers out there, and most definitely he's not going to be one that picks up that kind of spot for me. Yashin, I personally think he would be another top spot for me. Again, with him, I don't know if it is just naturally he is the highest rated icon keeper you can get, and naturally that comes with a good set of skills and it works for him. I don't see him very often because I think with keepers, a lot of people don't like to pay hundreds upon hundreds for him. He's currently coming in at 320 still, which again might be the fact that primes are now out of the 90 plus icon pick, so without a kind of updated version of him, he technically is out of packs other than naturally pack on a prime icon, which is very unlikely nowadays. Casillas, on the other hand, I personally think he's a quality keeper. I'd be debating between S and AS. I think for right now, I would probably go into the AS more than anything, but I have seen him at an absolute top level. I love every single one of his cards, and I think he could definitely give you a game still. Prime, base, mid, even the Trophy Titans have always been fantastic this year, in my opinion, for him. But I know some people, or a lot of people, do discredit him. They really don't like him. From all of the tier lists I've done, I've always backed him as one of the better keepers, which he still most definitely is. But now we've got a lot of good rating and definitely top end keepers. He would probably be a little bit down, in my opinion, compared to them. Walker, on the other hand, shocking. There is not a person that could convince me this keeper is good. I love the nostalgic vibe. I love that we've been asking for him for years, and yet he's never been the keeper. This year they definitely did it, and I can see why they don't. He is awful. Again, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know if it's just the height of him, the stats, they just don't work. Unfortunately for me, he has always been incredibly bad. Can't save anything, and when I'm coming up against him, you can shoot from about 25 yards and still lob him. It just is what it is. On the other hand, though, Shapeshifter did bring us Tapsoba. What a keeper this guy is. I think he is an incredible shot stopper. He works so well. And again, the difference between them, I really don't understand. Carl Walker's coming in, what, at 6 foot? Is Tapsoba that much bigger than him? I really didn't think he was absolutely ginormous. 6'4", so I suppose he kind of is, to be honest. He most definitely is one of the better ones, in my opinion, that really works in this game. Cabrera, on the other hand, I want to see the height on him. I know he was, yeah, definitely 6'3" as well. I thought he was a sensational keeper in terms of the cheaper variety. In fact, we're going to go AS because I think, yeah, in terms of the cheaper variety of keeper, he did really, really well. Tapsoba was the SBC, Walker was awful, but in my opinion, that is where the list goes between them. I would always say Tapsoba out of the three of them was the better, and Walker was the worse. In terms of kind of other keepers, we've obviously got Courtois. Always rate him. I think the Team of the Year keeper gets juiced enough to make him the top, in my opinion. From Ederson, from Alisson to De Gea, there's always been a top keeper, and obviously Donnarumma in that as well. They've always been the top keeper until at least after Team of the Season. The only reason you kind of go for Team of the Season keepers is either for links for your centre-backs. This year it's totally different, so you could go with Courtois, whack Benzema and Modric up front, and still have the Chem 4, in which is a nice change from obviously the Chem style before, or the chemistry that worked was before, whereas now we could put any keeper we like in. If you're looking for premiums, if you're looking for generically French, Italian, Spanish, there is a lot of decent options that you can go for, and they give you good results. Donnarumma, on the other hand, it's a shame he never really got anything. I feel like he was kind of on that verge of getting a few cards and maybe even into Team of the Season, but unfortunately Samba beat him to it, to my displeasure, because I think Donnarumma would have been way, way better. Naturally a big keeper and a great shot stopper that works really well. For me, Gold, Donnarumma and Courtois were my two favourites in the game to start with. Alisson, Ederson most definitely are there as well in terms of Prem, but I've always been a big fan of Donnarumma, and also Courtois' gold card has always been very meta in this FIFA. I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. In terms of footballer, Ederson, solid keeper. Him and Alisson together were absolutely fantastic. They've always been battling and out for the Prem. De Gea, since obviously dropping down in sort of rating and kind of naturally declining in certain aspects for the Prem, Alisson and Ederson have always been fantastic. They've worked really well. There's no one on their level. Lloris was never the same. Obviously, De Gea was never the same. Even then, I'm trying to think of the other keepers. Ramsdale most definitely has the up factor potentially, which could be a good keeper. And I think the only other one that could probably take him over would probably be Nick Pope, and that's purely down to the fact he's 6'8", which is just absolutely ginormous. If he starts to then go up in rating with obviously Newcastle doing well, that could be a competition for these two, but they obviously got a Team of the Season in an SBC, and Footballers is technically an SBC / objective as well, and both of them did really, really well. In terms of the Team of the Seasons we got, Samba was good, but most definitely not incredible. He was just a fill-in for the League and Cup, and then you went just back to your normal keeper. I think you could even argue that Donnarumma was still better than him, even in the goalkeeper position, and not having that Team of the Season upgrade. Ramsdale, again, probably bog standard in the middle. I feel like they could have done him a little bit better. The fact that he was the second in the league, not even Ederson got Team of the Season here. Ramsdale did, and yet he is still one of the lower rated. Even De Gea got a better rating. I know De Gea technically got the most clean sheets in this season, but most definitely Ramsdale needed to be 93, 94 at the minimum. So it was unfortunately the factor with a lot of Arsenal players. Whether we see an upgraded version to kind of up that, I doubt it very much, but we will get him in the next FIFA at a much higher rating, I reckon. We have Mignan and Martinez. Both of them now are pretty much irrelevant. I feel like both of them could have had a good stretch as well from obviously their Team of the Year honourables. Mignan was definitely one that I thought could have potentially reached a better rating by the end of the game, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. And Martinez, from the the year in review objective, not a bad objective, got a lot of views in terms of trying to figure out all of the different stuff to do, but in terms of the actual keeper, I think he was very standard in my opinion. Then we have the better ones. I feel De Gea is probably on the same level of Ramsdale in my opinion for this game, not as relevant as I'd liked him to be. Kobel most definitely comes in at the higher rating, but not necessarily S1. Same as Szczesny for me. I think, again, another great keeper, very cheap, very affordable, and also a decent one if you are looking for a Bundesliga or Serie A players for links, or just naturally want a good team of the season keeper in your net. Then also we have ter Stegen. Absolutely rate ter Stegen. I think he is absolutely wonderful. The best team of the season keeper that I personally like, and I do think Oblak does come there as well. Again, it's kind of different because Oblak, even at 97, still feels the same as most keepers. He makes mistakes, he obviously has great saves, but naturally it comes down to just how your opponent is. A lot of the time when you come up against the elite, even Division 1 and 2, they're not looking for chances. They're not looking for a 50% chance that it goes in. They're looking for the travellas that go over the keeper, the kickoff glitches, going round your keeper, sweating your keeper. It's not about always the saves, because sometimes the keeper physically can't do anything, but it's making sure them 50-50 chances where they've gone for a pop shot, you're going to get them saved. And I think Oblak and the rest of S1 will do that. In terms of saving, if that's what they're going for, I think he's a nice keeper, again with a premium, nice upgrade on the rating. He was or is a bronze card, so again a massive upgrade for him. In terms of hype for him, because we've only used him for a game or two really, we've not had a great sit down with him yet. Normally with these keepers, I like to get about 10-15 games in, because naturally you might have 4 or 5 games that they are absolutely incredible. The next 5 games he could literally do nothing. So I do like to have a good variety when sort of playing with these keepers, giving them at the very minimum 10 games, maybe spread across FUT champs, rivals. I was going to say squad battles, but that's really going to help. But in terms of this keeper, I would say a standard S, if I'm being brutally honest for him. A nice upgrade for the objective, but he's not necessarily going to take out any of the big guys, in my opinion. So let me know down below, is there any keepers that you still use that are not on this list? I'd be very interested. And also, does that S1 compute with how you think of keepers in FIFA 23? Let me know down below, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.